Hey gorgeous moneyfesters, hope you are good. I will just wait for a couple of minutes just for people to tune in as always, but hope you are all having a good Thursday. Can't believe how quickly this week has flown by, it's insane. But there we go, time flies when you're having fun, that's the saying, isn't it? So hope you've all been getting on okay with the content I've shared over the last couple of days about, I guess, the 12 biggest blocks I had around money manifesting myself. And I hope a few of you have had some aha moments and realised or uncovered some blocks that you didn't even really realise you had in the beginning. And hopefully you can now take those learnings away, start opening up the channels of abundance and letting the money roll on in. So who have we got on? Hey Katie, you all right, my lovely? So I might just get started because there is always a delay on these things, and people will tune in. I can see more people tuning in at the moment. So hello and welcome. So I will keep this fairly short today like I have with the other two because I know you are all very busy and very important. So continuing on from the last two lives that I've done. So today is the final one. I'm going to share with you the last three things that I think are really, really important when it comes to manifesting money and things that blocked me for ages, literally ages and ages. And I wish I had done all of these things just so much sooner because my story with money would have changed so much earlier on. So I will start off with this. So what is really, really important, and I know this is hard to admit sometimes as well, but when you see people with other money, it's important not to get jealous or despondent. So some examples are, I think the whole compare and despair thing is massively relevant when it comes to money manifesting. Hey Kat, all the way from Hong Kong. Hey Kaylee, you all right, lovely? I need to check out your page. I had a really quick look, it looks amazing. Well done. So anyway, back to the original point. So I think it's really, really important when you see people with lots of money, rather than doing the whole compare and despair thing and feeling a bit despondent and thinking, oh, that's never going to be me, or even a sense of jealousy. I think we can all admit that there have been points in our lives when we've had jealousy feelings around money. Of course we have. I'm not going to sit here and say I haven't, and I just think it is a human thing. But when you see people with lots of money, really try not to do the compare and despair thing, because that feeling of jealousy or despondency where you look at someone else and you think, oh, I'm never going to have that. How the heck have they got that? How am I ever going to have that? When those feelings cause resistance in you, so they're going to block off your manifestations. So, and I still have to remind myself of this sometimes now, if I'm honest. It's just like programming from when I was small. If I see someone driving in a big fancy car, I'm a bit like, ugh. And then I'm like, no, good on them. That is massive inspiration to me that everything is possible and achievable. But that's how deep this money programming is. I've obviously been working on manifesting for years. I've cracked the money manifesting thing, but I still have these old patterns that creep back in. So when you see someone with lots of money, try and really twist that and pivot it. We all know about pivoting, I think. Really pivot that and think, that is amazing. Like, celebrate their success and just see that as proof that you can achieve the very, very same. And as I said yesterday, there's no limit on the amount of money and abundance and everything you can have in your life. You having lots of abundance and money and things does not deprive anyone else. We're in an ever-expanding universe. We're expanding and expanding and expanding. And the universe wants us to create. Our given birthright is to be healthy, have amazing, big lives, and money is a big part of that. So I just thought that's really, really important, because I had issues around that for years. I used to look, because my debts used to be so bad, I used to look at my friends, especially working in central London in like high-flying PR roles. I used to look at people and feel quite jealous at times, and also just like, oh my God, I'm going to be in debt forever. Like, how have they done that? My life sucks. I really had a mini pity party. A very good friend of mine, I don't know if she'll watch this, but she always calls them pity parties. It's like, stop the pity party. all you have to do is change the way you think, and you can have exactly the same stuff. So it really is that simple. So that was a really, really key one for me. Right, number 2, you might have sort of picked this up from the last one I've just said. Consistency is so, so important. So with manifesting, generally, for most people, I'm not saying for everyone. Hey, over in Canada, Andrea. For most people, you can't just flick a switch and then everything just floods into you. For most people, it's a case of reprogramming our brains and thought patterns and getting used to pivoting and getting used to the techniques that make our vibrations really high. Now, obviously for everyone that's different. There's no right or wrong way to do this. But as I keep saying, sure you're probably like, shut up. But I really have found for me and for the people I've been coaching, the Dream Day Journal is life-changing stuff. It's just like a massive shortcut to raising your vibe. So if you haven't done it yet, just play around with it. Seriously, it can get you, it gets, I think like 99% of people I've worked with into that high vibe place on day 1. That's day 1. And then 1 to 2 weeks later, their manifestations come rolling in. But it is a case of being consistent with it. For a lot of people, not everyone, but for a lot of people, this is really, really, really deep work. This is like, well, for me, it was like 30 plus years of reprogramming my brain, having to reprogram 30 plus years of all these thoughts and beliefs that I had, and it's the same, I imagine, for most people in this group. So it is very much a case of being consistent, and that's why with the month intensive, for those that do have these blocks and they are sort of really ready to up level now and just kick them to the curb, it's a very, very good group and space and energy to be in, because consistently we're all working together, and consistently I'm sort of saying to the group, right, what money has come in today, like what positive affirmations do we have, like literally we're actively working together every day, and we're very, very consistent. And I think that's what I would also say as well. I think when I used to try and do this stuff, I'd give it a go for like a few days. Or actually what I used to do, I used to be very good at manifesting when I was on holiday. I guess because I was in a job that I didn't really enjoy and I was quite stressed, which stops manifesting. Tiredness and stressedness, well, they don't stop it, but they slow it down, because everyone has the ability to manifest, but what I coach is all about fast tracking the manifesting. So as a point of reference, if you're knackered, please look after yourself and give yourself some love, because that slows down the manifesting process massively, and as does stress. So I used to go on holiday, and for 2 weeks I'd drink up loads of Abraham Hicks books and like really get in the zone of just feeling really connected and really just where I spend my whole life now. But for me in the past, that used to be glimmers. And so I'd manifest for 2 weeks, and I would always come home, and 2 weeks later there'd be random money coming through the post, because it's always money I was trying to manifest. But the point is, I would only ever really do it consistently when I was on holiday, and then I'd get caught up into the 9 to 5 kind of hamster wheel life of London. Not that it's a hamster wheel for everybody, but for me it felt like that. And I would just stop practicing, so of course my manifestations would stop. So you do have to be consistent, and I think life is a journey. We're always learning, we're always creating, and all these things around money manifesting that I teach, it doesn't mean that like after, a week or 4 weeks on the month intensive, you're just going to be like, aha, everything is like completely straightforward. You're going to have ups and downs. That's life. That's the way we roll. But what you will have is this massive tool set in your hands for life. You will know how to pivot everything. You will know how to manage it. And also, as I keep saying, once you can manifest money, you can manifest anything. All these techniques that I'm sharing on these lives and that I coach are completely transferable into any area of your life. So just be aware, we need to keep consistent and we need to keep evolving and moving, because that, especially when you're in manifesting mode, your life is going to move. So you need to just keep going with it and keep the creative juices flowing and just keep adapting. But it does get so much, like honestly, so much easier. I had something happened this morning. It flashed up on the screen when I was on a call to someone. I kind of felt that ickiness, and it kind of distracted me a bit for the call. It wasn't a working call. It was my coach coaching me. I wasn't coaching one of you guys, thankfully. But after the end of the call, I was able to centre and pivot and to lift my vibration again. Like, how beautiful is that to be able to do that throughout your life, rather than getting sucked into these icky, horrible feelings that are very heavy and they feel really hard to get out of. Okay, so the third and most important thing, and again, I've really realised this, and this does tie into the July Money Manifesting Intensive. So if there are those of you watching this and your heart is saying you need to do something, you need to change, you need to, your heart's calling out for you to start living big. I think when I started this whole journey, with this whole Facebook group and experimenting with the manifesting stuff, I was like, I am done with living small. It is time to live big. I want to make a mark in the world. I want to leave a legacy. I want to help people. I want to live an amazing life. Enough's enough. This is my time. And as soon as I made that decision and up-leveled, everything started flooding towards me. And I think the same is said for the money manifesting. The ladies who joined for the June programme, they all up-leveled themselves. And there were people that really felt they couldn't afford that month programme. But as a result, those ones especially have literally grabbed that training with every single ounce of their body and energy and everything possible, and they're achieving amazing results. So, and of course you manifest the money back anyway, but I just think it's so important as the final step. It's your time to up level. If your heart's calling you, I'm not saying this is for everyone's different, but I know the ladies that came through in June, hey Angela, it was massively calling them, and I've already taken bookings for the July intensive because these ladies just know and they're following their gut and sort of not letting their head kick in. So you do need to change your thinking, you need to think big, and you need to decide to up level once and for all, like no more playing small. And just that energy shift, whether it's just mentally or through taking action, like doing something like this, like the intensive, that just signals to the universe. And I had a very similar situation, and I think some of you have heard me say this before, a few weeks ago, where I was like, I need to up level myself. This manifesting group is just going crazy, which is amazing, but I need to keep up leveling myself so I can offer the best of myself to you guys. So I signed up with a 4-month personal coaching program with a business coach. She's gorgeous, such a gorgeous soul. She's in this group. And I remember thinking at the time, oh God, it's a lot of money, like 4 months worth of coaching, one-on-one, quite a lot of money. And I was thinking, oh, maybe I can put it on my credit card. I was like, no, I am done with that. I'm going to do this, let it go, and just let it go. And 2 days later, I'd already paid for it. Like the money just came in. And that is the power of kind of taking that leap and then just letting go. And that's what all the ladies have done in the June course. And if you just have that urge to change things, the next course is starting in July, please follow your heart and grab it. Otherwise you're just stopping yourself having everything that's already yours. I'm taking early bird bookings for the first 5 people that sign up after this live. You will get the whole month intensive. So that's 8 sessions, loads of lives in a money manifesting group that I'll create in between, loads of support from me. You will also get the Kickstart tutorial bundle. So you'll get the Dream Day journaling training, the vision board training, and the money manifesting meditation. And for the first 5 that book after this live as well, you will get a one-on-one half-an-hour session with me to talk about exactly what you want, whether it is to sort of get yourself ready for the intensive and to maximise that, whether it's to manifest other stuff, literally whatever you want to use that time for, you can choose. We're already a quarter full, and this is like me only just pushing it today. I haven't really done anything yet. This is how exciting. I know, Angela, I can't wait to start. So honestly, guys, the ladies we've got signed up already are such gorgeous souls. Like literally, you're all my dream clients, and I just know the energy is just going to be just as powerful in the July intensive as it is and has been in the June, and I'm so excited. But yeah, we're already a quarter full. I did have people I had to turn away in June because it just got full so quickly, and I know the same is going to happen again for the July course. So please, please, please book on if you want to do it. You can book on my website, www.masteringtheartofmanifesting.com, under, I think it's group coaching. My dog is trying to chase her squeaky toy, so I'm just going to move that away. And the other thing I wanted to say as well, it won't be this cheap again, basically, because a month's intensive time. I do it in a group format to make it affordable for everyone, but also so we have a massive group power energy around it. But it is what I've found in June is it's very intensive of my time, because what I do is I end up quite often jumping on one-to-one calls with people, because I want everybody to get the results out of this that they can, like the best results. And I've done courses in the past where I've spent like £325 on courses. You just download the audio content and listen to it. But this is like, if you book it, like the first 5, it's £170. It's nothing. And you get so much face-to-face interaction with me. And what I know that I learn best from having that face-to-face interaction. Everyone's different. What I would just say is, everybody, if your heart is telling you need to do this, please listen to it, because I've been there. I was there for so many years. And to have release and freedom from that feeling is just the most liberating, empowering thing. I just can't tell you. And I can only help so many people a month, but I want to help those of you that are ready to move in July. I want to help you in July. So lots and lots of love. Any questions, let me know. So just to summarise, the early bird is applicable for the first 5 people that book straight after this live. You get the free Dream Day vision board and meditation, all those tutorials and audios, and you will also get a free half-hour session with me to talk about whatever you want. And I can do a lot of freaking work in half an hour. I have changed people's That sounds really massive, but I have genuinely changed people's lives in half an hour. That does sound like a very bold statement, but I genuinely have. So I will love you and leave you. Have a gorgeous, gorgeous Thursday. Those who are already booked on for July, I'm so excited. And I will speak to you all very, very, very soon. Mwah. Big, big love.